What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is Gabe from S&P Speed Innovations, and what we're working on today is retorquing a cylinder head. We're going to retorque this 3RZ engine here. We did an engine build on this thing not too long ago, put some Cometic head gasket on it, some ARP head studs, and did a full engine build on this thing. So this is a supercharged deal, so we put some good parts in it. We put probably a good 100 miles on it, something like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to retorque the cylinder head. And the reason for that is because it is extremely important that you retorque the cylinder head on a 2RZ, 3RZ engine. One of the most overlooked things is how much heat expands everything and everything starts to move. On any engine you do that's any type of a fresh rebuild, even if it's mild or just a rebuild deal, you should always go through and retorque the cylinder head. It doesn't really matter if you're using stock head bolts or if you're using head studs. Always retorque your head bolts if you can, if you get a chance. Now these 2RZ, 3RZ motors, the engine blocks are kind of unique. So when you put a really nice machine surface on it like you're supposed to have for an MLS gasket, that's what this engine has here, is an MLS gasket. When you put a nice smooth finish on it as you're supposed to, sometimes it's not too uncommon that they will develop a little bit of a coolant leak. And that coolant leak is not internally, doesn't get water and oil, never gets water and oil, never gets water into the combustion chambers at all. It only gets water in or out, actually externally. It leaks water externally. And what it'll do is it'll leak outside the block. So on the engine here, what you'll see, sometimes a little bit of a seepage right where the head and the block mates up. Sometimes you'll see it on the intake side, sometimes you'll see it on the exhaust side. Typically it's on the intake side, and typically you'll see it down in that area, down in there. That's normally where we'll see it. Usually at the front, sometimes at the back, but usually at the front. Never really on the timing chain cover side of it. It's always on the block side. So just kind of something to keep an eye on. And for all you guys doing your stuff at home, just kind of keep an eye on that stuff. Also, now that you've got the valve cover off, now is a good opportunity to kind of just look things over. What we're looking for is to see if there's any type of metal shavings up here. Let's take a look at the camshafts and see if the marks on them look good. Let's see if everything's wearing in the way that it should be. Lubrication, make sure the oil's where it needs to be. That's going to be very important as well. Look that stuff over real good, especially as you're spinning the motor around. You know, it would just be a good time to check and see how the lubrication part of it is. One thing you want to do before you start tearing this apart is, as you can see here, we just got the valve cover off, and that's as far as we've gone so far. What I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the motor. I'm going to rotate the motor until the timing marks down there. It's kind of hard, you can't get the camera down in there correctly, right there. Timing marks down there at the bottom. You want to rotate that to top dead center, and then make sure that your mark, that mark right there, make sure that mark is right at the top. Now if you want to rotate it a million times and get your chain links to match up, you can do that. That's cool, that'll work. This way you can make sure that nothing moves. But you are going to have to remove your camshafts to do that. So my suggestion is this: rotate the motor around. Even if you just take a Sharpie and you take a little bit of brake cleaner and you just get one of these links clean, put a Sharpie, mark a spot. Okay, there we go, that's good and happy. And then take some zip ties and throw a zip tie like around there and around here on the gear itself. You are going to have to pull this sprocket off because we do have to actually pull the cams out to retorque it. It's only downfall. So mark everything really well, and this plug right here will have to come off so you can get that timing gear off. But everything just goes back together just as you did when you originally assembled it. So you can see we got all the marks on all the bolts where they were torqued. So obviously we'll have to clean those up and remark them, retorque them. So that's that. So that's the update. When you guys are doing these kind of builds, don't be afraid to go back in and retorque the cylinder head. It is a little bit of work, but it is definitely worth it. Got for now, that's it. A little bit of a tech tip, give you guys a little bit of an update here. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this type of content, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, all that cool stuff. Our channel's been a little bit silent lately. We've been dealing with a bunch of other stuff and kind of putting our priorities in line. So we're hoping to bring some more videos, content out to you guys soon. So keep following us. Like, follow, subscribe, drop a comment, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much. Have a great day.